One of my favorite smells coming from the kitchen is that of bacon cooking. Are you like me? Well, half the joy of the meal is smelling it ahead of time. But there's sometimes when that plate of bacon comes around, I have to say, no, sorry, I think I've eaten enough. Or maybe you go to the grocery store and you see a pack of bacon like this and you think, well, no, we've had enough food like that for a while. I think we'll pass on it. Well, if you were a Jewish person living under the law, especially knowing the book of Leviticus, you would say no, but for an entirely different reason. It had nothing to do with your cholesterol or your weight, or maybe the fact that you don't like it. You would know that God didn't like you to eat it. And because it was something that would break your fellowship with God, you would say, no, as much as I might want to eat it, I won't. And that wasn't just true with bacon, right? If you've read Leviticus 11, lobster, shellfish, shrimp, some of our most favorite foods are on the do not eat list. You ever wonder why? Especially when, if you know in the New Testament, Jesus reverses those food laws. In Mark chapter 7:19, after saying that it's not what goes into a person that defiles a person, it's what comes out of their mouth. Mark says, Jesus declared all foods to be clean. God did the same thing to Peter in Acts chapter 10, and the Apostle Paul says the same thing in 1 Timothy 4. So if Christians now can eat anything and everything, why in the Old Covenant did he forbid certain foods? Well, some people say, well, it's because they were not healthy for them. But first of all, the book of Leviticus never says that. In fact, it says, be holy as I am holy, not be healthy as I am holy. And secondly, why would Jesus overturn those food laws? Does he want Christians then to eat foods that'll make them sick? Whereas in the Old Testament, he didn't? That doesn't make sense. So no, the reason behind these dietary restrictions are not because of their health-giving properties. It's the shadow. It's the teaching that's embedded in it. It's a symbol. So if you look at those animals, what they are animals that look like they're dying, or they eat other animals that have already died. The big word over all those unclean animals is the word death. And God is the God of life. That's why he wanted his people to eat, to remember when they look to buy something or cook something or eat something, they should think, what will foster my relationship with my God? He is a God of life, and I'm going to stay away from these animals that picture death. And that's what Christians do. From whether we eat or drink, Paul says, we do it all for the glory of God. Our first inclination is not what foods will make me healthy, but what will make me holy in my relationship with Jesus Christ. And so when we look at the book of Leviticus, we see a lot of shadows and symbols of what was to come. Whether it's the sacrificial system that points to Jesus, or the food laws that point to Jesus in the sense of the one who gives us a new heart. And from our new heart, we can then say, Lord, we want everything that comes into our lives and comes out of our lives to be clean and pure and holy, because we want to be holy just as you are holy. Well, I hope that helps a little bit to understand some of those laws in the book of Leviticus.